Shalom. First, giving all acknowledgement to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and giving double honors to my teachers, the men of whom I learned this truth from, starting with and beginning at the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. All right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakatam, all the real, sincere Akim out there presenting their bodies living sacrifices and making sure that this word is preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. So basically, in this Aslaki, I want to say, because you got a lot of, sheep and wolves closing out here. I just want to say I'm not a part of any GMS camps. I'm not an official member, but I do learn and I study under the Great Millstone Doctrine. So if any members of GMS, Great Millstone, come across any of my videos, if I say anything that's off or contrary, to the doctrine that's being taught, please feel free to contact me. Let me know. Because at the end of the day, this message is to feed this. It's about edifying the flock and feeding the sheep, the lamb of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Waking up and sealing the elect. So just wanted to put that out there. But nevertheless, inspired me to do this video watching the elder apostle Tahar. Dealing with basically your health. Often when I talk to people, I tell people, two things that I get hyped about talking. I get real hyped about, when the conversation comes up is of course first and foremost the truth. Dealing with the Bible, right, and health. Because over the years, it's no coincidence, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I've been on this health journey, this fitness journey. I've only been pretty much, like I said, I've been studying under the Great Millstone Doctrine. I would say less than 8 months, but as far as my health, the health and fitness, I've been doing this a couple of years. So, I see a lot of brothers often when they talk about health, the importance of health, gets me, pumped up. So again, the Apostle Tahar, his video, inspired me to basically do my own little testimony, because here in this video he mentioned that another elder, basically he was talking with another elder going into that, the belly fat, and basically how it's like a demon, and again, I want to pretty much do my own little testimony on that, because, and like the Apostle Elder Tahar, he even said, it makes all the sense in the world, because a lot of times, especially with our people fighting and battling all type of mental problems, depression and suicide, and I had those demons on me for a long time, ever since middle school, high school, been battling depression and suicide, very intense, definitely not something to play around with, but again, started getting into the fitness scenario, and that's, well, of course, aside from fasting and prayer, fitness, good health, good dieting is definitely helped me a lot and basically dealing with those demons, because I do believe, those are demons for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, you know, and this is why, it's important to take care of your health, take care of your body, watch what you eat, you know, because those things do play a part in your mental health, you know, because I was at a place, man, I was, before I started the whole fitness journey thing, I was, and slack it because I'm going to pull up a couple of precepts, of course, so just bear with me, but, when I started my whole little fitness journey thing, I was roughly 330, 340, you know, working all type of hours, 100 hours a week, diet was poor, all that stuff, Jake's like so overindulgent, you know, eating sugary food, all that stuff, I'm not going to get into all that. Dealing with all type of physical issues, back problems and knee problems and just all type of stuff, man. And more importantly, again, because I was at a place, I was battling those demons, depression and suicide, man. It was heavy, you know. But again, I'm getting into the fitness, um, and good dieting. I lost over 100 pounds. You know, no surgeries or anything. So it was all natural. You know, I was never really a fan of taking prescribed drugs, though I did, but not as heavy as a lot of our people are in the world. You know, but again, getting into this whole fitness thing, man, it really cleared my mind. You know, I don't really battle those demons, so to say, because again, that's what it is. That's exactly what makes all the sense in the world. Those are definitely demons that are heavy on the. They can come on you heavy. Especially if you're not eating right and taking care of yourself, because a lot of people don't know and understand that when you eating all this junk food and processed foods and stuff, and all that stuff, the chemicals that they have in these foods or whatnot, it takes its toll, man. And again, a lot of people wondering why they, questioning why they're depressed and all this other stuff, having all these other mental issues. It's a big part of it is because of your diet and what you eat, not taking care of yourself. So like I said, when the apostle Elder Tahar, he was talking about how the other elder, was going into that belly fat, and how those, that's a demon, man. I can attest to that, man. Because like I said, I lost over 100 pounds. I'm down to like, I maintain myself now. Because when I started this thing, I was real strict. I was real strict on my diet, and you said, pretty much I overdid it. But um, you know, and this was before I knew the scriptures, finding that balance and everything, um, because that can bug you out as well, just eating good all the time and working out and stuff like that, that can you can lose yourself in it, so now I just maintain, find that balance, as the scriptures talk about. Everything's about balance. I just try to maintain and stay focused, stay clear-headed. I don't go as hard as I did when I first started the first year. But nevertheless, that health is important, man. And what you eat, what you're putting into the body, that's it definitely can contribute to those demons, man. You know. So I'm just go ahead and get into some precepts. Like I said, I get hyped when this subject dealing with health, outside of the truth, teaching the truth and teaching this word, health, man. That's health and fitness is something I get hype. So that's what, again, inspired me to do this video. But I'm going to go to Sirach, the 38th chapter, starting at verse 18. It says, "For of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength." That's pretty much, going into those demons, the depression and all that, the suicidal thoughts and all that stuff, it's definitely a very real thing, and definitely something to be taken serious, you know. Jump down to verse 20. It says, "Take no heaviness to heart, drive it away, and remember the last end." Yeah, because at the end of the day, we got to be here, and we got to deal with certain things, but we got to understand what's to come at the end of all this. And again, like I said, because like I said, it's easier said than done, but again, a good tool to basically, drive it away and, keep those demons from off you, is taking care of your health, your diet, what you eat, what you're putting into your body, your productivity. I tell people, all the time, just be productive, and again, your diet, that's definitely a good tool you can use. Like I said, other than, fasting and prayer, of course, go to Sirach, the 30th chapter, verse 21. It says, "Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel." So you see, because whatever we're, battling, whatever we're going through mentally, you can't really, and like I said, it's easier said than done, but, at the end of the day, we can't let that stuff, consume us and drown us out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read on down all the way to the end. Verse 22 says, "The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. Love thine own soul, and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee. For sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein." So you see, and even so, well, matter of fact, let me just read on. It says, "Envy and wrath shorten the life, and cheerfulness bringeth age before the time. A cheerful and good heart will have a care." It's like a cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. So you see, like I said, outside of prayer and fasting, what you eat and what you consume is definitely, it's a factor. It's a contributor. What you're putting into the body, because like I said, a lot of that stuff that you're eating, all that junk, man, all the processed food, man, and all this poison that you're putting in your body is fucking up your cycle, your mental. Because one of the things that I do, I fast. I incorporate a lot of fasting, and I encourage a lot of people, to fast, because people talk about doing these 30-day detoxes and all this other stuff, but what people don't understand is, your body, it naturally does. It naturally, does these things. The Lord created the body perfectly. Not to say the body is perfect. This flesh is, not perfect, but the way that the Lord engineered our bodies, it naturally detoxes itself. So yeah, and fasting, that's a good way of, basically purifying. Because like I said, I fast on a regular, man, And the intermittent fasting, you look into that. You know, dry fasting, where you don't eat or drink anything for a 24-hour period. You know, because I've noticed over the years, you know, when I've um you know, when you fast for a period of time, and you know, the minute that you eat something, you know, you almost right away, you know, you feel sluggish, you feel like shit, you know. So that's, you know, um and that's because, again, you know, all this food that we eat, you know, it's you know, has all these chemicals and stuff in it, all this stuff that, you know, it's not supposed to be put into the body, you know. So that's why, you know, your diet is important, man. What you put into your body, you know, it definitely contributes to, it contribute to, you know, your mental health, you know, those demons, you know, the depression and all that stuff, you know. Because like I said, man, I was 300 to 30, 340, you know, and I was just, there's been plenty of times, and you know, I've you know, I was done, man. You know, suicide, man. Those demons were heavy on me, and you know, but sure enough, you know, eating right and getting into fitness, you know, I don't really have those thoughts. You know, though they try to, you know, come in, it's easier for me now to, you know, cast those demons off, you know, because that's what they are, you know. And I say this all the time, you know, people are so afraid of Satan when, you know, he only has the power that you give him, you know. So, like I said, you know, as far as those demons, you know, trying to come in and plague my mind, you know, it's a lot easier for me now to just, you know, because now I'm at a point, you know, I can see it coming from a mile away. I can see them coming from a mile away, you know, and it's easier to cast them off, you know. And again, you know, what you eat, you know, that's a good contributor outside of prayer and fasting, you know, um, because ultimately, you know, healing comes from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, we gotta know and learn and know how to deal with these things, you know. Um, Go to Romans, the 14th chapter. Yeah, man, that diet, man, is definitely important. You know, losing that body fat. You know, lost a lot of you know, body fat. You know, 'cause like I said, you know, before, man, I was just huffing and puffing. I couldn't walk up a couple of steps without being tired, man, and just bent out of shape. You know, so those demons were definitely heavy on me. You know, and like I said, you know, I'm just doing this as my own little personal testimony. But once I switched my diet up, and you know, now I'm more, you know, productive, you know, more active. You know, I don't really battle those things like that. You know, but going to Romans 14 and starting at verse 2, it says, "For one believeth that he may eat all things, another who is weak eateth herbs." So you see, you know, um, again, you know, showing that diet is important. You know, it'll change. You'll notice, like I said, you know, you'll just notice that, you know, you're more clear headed. You know, you just think better, man. You know, it's just one of those things you have to experience for yourself. You know, like I said, you know, and I see those demons coming, man. My mind is it's just, it's clear, it's sharper. You know, makes your senses more keen. You know, because a lot of the foods that we eat, man, they have all these chemicals and metals and elements and stuff that we're not supposed to be consuming. You know, it's messing up our pineal gland, and you know, that's why, you know, our mind is all clouded and it's all messed up. You know, all the chemtrails that, you know, they're spraying in the air and stuff. You know, but nevertheless, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, we're waking up and we're coming back to, you know, our tradition. You know, So, that diet, man, working out, just going for a walk, getting some of that sun. Something I push to people, man. That sun, I mean, it has a lot of elements that, it's good for the body. Just taking a 20-minute walk in the sun, man, that right there, you know, that right there, it'll do you justice, you know. But nevertheless, ultimately, we got to pray for Yahweh Shem Shah for healing, whatever we're going through, whatever we're dealing with, Jeremiah 17. Well, matter of fact, before I get this, I'm going to go back to Sirach, the 38th chapter, because, you do have instances where, a lot of our people, they're all jacked up. They're in a position to where they have to take the meds and whatnot. I mean, in that case, you do what you got to do. But Sirach 38:1, it says, "Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the use which you may have of him, for the Lord hath created him." So, ultimately, if you're in a position to where you have to take these medications and whatnot, you do what you got to do. You walk with wisdom and whatnot, because ultimately, the Lord is, he's the physician. Yahweh Shem Shai is that physician, but he set, these doctors up and whatnot. The Lord set them up, right? Verse 2 says, "For of the Most High cometh healing, and shall receive honor of the King." So, like I said, ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's the one, that does the healing. So whatever you do, you taking your medications or whatnot, or whether you're taking medications or you taking supplements, ultimately, you pray for Yahweh Shem Shai that it does what it's supposed to do for the, for your body, So yeah, that was it on that. Going back to Jeremiah, 17th chapter, the 14th verse tells you, "Heal me, O Yahweh, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my praise." So you see, ultimately, whatever you're going through, you pray to Yahweh Shem Shai for, that healing. Like I said, I do my, fitness and, take care of my diet or whatnot, but ultimately, through prayer and through fasting, that fasting, man, that's definitely a powerful tool that I've used, as far as my health. That whenever you hear, the elders, talking about fasting, man, take that into, take that seriously, because again, that's something I've used over the past years to, I've incorporated that. I've been fasting on the regular, I still use it today, and that is something that's very, very powerful, So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it, that, that health and diet, man, that's something that, is definitely important, you know, um, definitely something that should be taken serious, you know, just using myself as a, testimony, man. I tell you, I'm a walking testimony when it comes to that, so, Yahweh Tazah, this is edifying to whom it may concern. Once again, giving all credit to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and, double honors to my teachers, start with, beginning at the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. And once again, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham to all the sincere Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth all around the world, throughout the four corners of the earth. And until next time, I say shalom.